Hello everyone, welcome back to TalentSprint. I hope all of you are keeping well and preparing well for your SSC CGL exam. And all of you know that why we are here today. We are going to discuss the 8th part of the series, that is 322 most important questions from the general awareness subject. And today I will ensure that I will give proper time between the questions so that you can think and respond. Why? Because SSC CGL exam is around the corner and this session should act as a refresher, right? So we'll move to the discussion part now. So here is the first question on your screens. Just read out and try to answer. The mass of Jupiter is approximately dash. What is the answer over here? The answer is it's 1,000th of the solar mass. So Jupiter's radius is about 1/10 of the radius of Sun, whereas its mass is 1,000th of the mass of Sun. So Jupiter's mass is 2.5 times that of all other planets in the solar system combined. This is so massive that the barycenter with the Sun lies above the Sun's surface at 1.068 solar radii from the Sun's center. Now the next question. Cells are metamorphosed into which of the following rocks? And the answer here is it's slate. So cells is a metamorphosed in the slate over the periods of millions of years. So during this compression, the clay minerals making up the cell decompose as they become the unstable in the high pressure environment, and the chemical components are gradually transformed into minerals that are more stable in the newly forming higher pressure environment. Now the next question. Which of the following is a typical features of river erosion in youthful stage? And the answer here is it's gorge. So the youthful rivers or streams are typically found in the highland or mountainous areas. They are characterized by the steep slopes, a relatively small volume of water and rapid flow, and the soil particles carried by youthful streams flow along the ground, wearing the downhill slopes as the water flows down. And in this youthful stage of rivers, such features as small lakes, waterfalls, V-shaped valleys, gorges, and interlocking spurs are frequently found. Right? Now the next question. The angle between the magnetic meridian and the geographical meridian at a place is dash. What the answer? And the answer here is it is called declination. The magnetic declination is the angle between the compass north and the true north. Now the next question. Hydraulic action is a type of erosion caused by dash. So what's the answer? It caused by running water. So hydraulic action is one of the main forms of river erosion, in which the force of the river against the bank can cause air to trap in cracks, and the pressure weakness the banks and gradually wears it away. Now the next question. The deflection of the winds to the right of the northern hemisphere is caused by dash. And the answer here is it caused by rotation of the earth. If the earth did not rotate, then winds would travel either north or south due to the difference in temperature and pressure at different latitude. But since the earth does rotate, the Coriolis force deflects the winds to the right in the northern hemisphere and to the left in the southern hemisphere, and this Coriolis effect is caused by the rotation of the earth and the inertia of the mass expressing the effect. Because the earth completes only one rotation per day, the Coriolis force is quite small and its effect generally becomes noticeable only for the motions occurring over the large distance and long periods of time, such as large scale of movement of air in the atmosphere or water in the ocean. So such motions are constrained by the surface of the earth, so only the horizontal component of the Coriolis force is generally important, and this force causes moving object on the surface of the earth to be deflected in a clockwise sense in the northern hemisphere and in anti-clockwise sense in the southern hemisphere. Now the next question. When the offices of both the President and Vice President of India are vacant, who will discharge their functions? And the answer here is it's just Chief Justice of India. If the post of both President and Vice President fall vacant at any time, the Chief Justice of India acts as a President till the new President assumes the office. So far, the situation arose once in 1969 when the President died and then the Vice President V.V. Giri resigned from his office in order to contest the election of President. And as per these legal provisions, the Chief Justice of India, M. Hindayatulu, was appointed as the acting President of India. Now the next question, I hope all of you are getting, who can initiate the impeachment of the President? So what is the answer? The answer here is 1/4 member of either House of Parliament. So the President may be removed before the expiry of the term through impeachment. A President can be removed for violation of the Constitution of India, and the process may start either of the two houses of the Parliament. The House initiates the process by levelling the charges against the President, and the charges are contained in a notice that has to be signed by at least 1/4, that is 1/4 of the total members of that House, and the notice is sent up to the President, and 14 days later it is taken up for the consideration. So a resolution to impeach the President has to be passed by the special majority, that is 2/3 of the majority of the total members present and voting, and simply majority of the total membership of originating House. It is then sent to the other House, and the other House investigates the charges that have been made. And this is how can be done the impeachment of the President. Now the next question, the Vice President of India is also the dash. So what's the answer? So the answer here is it's ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. So the Vice President also serves as the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. Thus, apart from holding the executive position of successor to the President, the Vice President also serves the legislative role of chairman of Rajya Sabha, and this unique duality is not shared by any other Commonwealth country and was borrowed from the Constitution of United States. Now the next question, the Vice President of India can be removed by the dash, and the answer here is Vice President of India can be removed by Rajya Sabha with the occurrence of Lok Sabha. So the Vice President doesn't have to be formally impeached. Unlike the President of India, the Constitution states that the Vice President can be removed by a resolution of the Rajya Sabha passed by an effective majority, that is 50% of the effective membership and total membership excluding the vacancies, right? And agreed to be a simple majority of the Lok Sabha, and this is coming under the article of 67 of B. Now the next question, the President of India can issue a proclamation of national emergency only on the written recommendation of that, and the answer is, just try to respond, is the Council of Ministry of Union. So the national emergency is caused by the war, external aggression or armed revolution in the whole of the India or a part of its territory, and the President can declare such an emergency only on the basis of a written request by the Council of Ministers headed by Prime Minister, and such a proclamation must be approved by the Parliament within 1 month. Now the next question, which of the following is the only renowned satellite with an atmosphere like Earth? So what's the answer? It's Titan. So Titan is the only renowned satellite with an atmosphere like Earth, and it is the largest moon of the Saturn. It is the only moon known to have a dense atmosphere and the only object in space other than Earth where the clear evidence of stable bodies of surface liquid has been found, and Titan's atmosphere is about 50% denser than Earth's one, and its atmosphere is primarily comprised of nitrogen and methane. It is also has a weather, cloud formation, seasons and lightning as well. Now the next question, where does the heat come in the environment? And the answer is, it comes through radiation. So the sun is the ultimate source of heat and light for the earth, and the earth gets hot and it becomes a radiating body, emits the long webs of radiation, and this energy makes the environment warm, and this process is known as terrestrial radiation. And these radiations are absorbed by the atmospheric gases like carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases, and in this way atmosphere is warmed by this terrestrial radiation. I hope all of you are understanding. Now the next question. The ability of the eye to see the dark is due to the production of purple pigment known as dash. And the answer here is due to the production of retinine. So retinine 1 is better known as retinaldehyde or simply retinal. It is a fundamental in the transduction of light into the visual signals in the photoreceptor level of the retina, and retina 2 is more formally known as dihydroretinaldehyde, and the energy of impinging photons will convert the retinaldehyde from an 11-cis isomer into an all-trans form, and in the retina this conversion induces a conformational change in the surrounding, that is photospin protein pigment, leading to a signaling through G protein transducing. Now the next question. Which area of India was known as Avantika in ancient times? So what's the answer? It's Malwa. So Ujjain, that is Avanti, and Avantikapuri is an ancient city of Malwa region in central India on the eastern bank of the Sipra river, and today the part of the state of Madhya Pradesh. Avantika or Avanti was one of the 16 Mahajanapadas of India in an ancient times, and it is mentioned in Buddhist literature as one of the 4 great powers along with Vatsa, Kosala and Magadha. The capital of North Avantika was Ujjaini, and whereas the capital of South Avantika was Mahismati. Now the next question. The Suez Canal connects dash. So what's the answer? It connects Mediterranean and Red Sea. So the Suez Canal is an artificial sea level waterway in Egypt connecting the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea through the Isthmus of Suez. It is opened in November 1869, and the length of this canal is 193.3 km. It is an artificial sea level waterway located in Egypt, linking the Mediterranean Sea with the Gulf of Suez. The Suez Canal is an extremely crucial shipping canal in the world maritime sector, as it is one of the most heavily used shipping routes in the world. And if you look at the other option, the Baltic and White Sea has been connected by the canal named the White Sea-Baltic Sea Canal. It is also called the White Sea Canal, constructed in the year 1933, and it is an important waterways that regularize the traffic internally along the Russian waterways, starting from the White Sea in the north and extending to the Baltic Sea down south. Now the next one is here, the Baltic and North Sea. Connecting the Baltic Sea with the North Sea, the Kiel Canal passes through the German province of Holstein, opened in 1895, and this is 98 km long. And the last option is given here, Black Sea and Caspian Sea. Those two has been connected by the Volga-Don Ship Canal, interlinking the Russian rivers Volga and Don, providing an important water passage through the Azov Sea and the Caspian Sea to the major oceanic networks. Just keep on reading this explanations part. You'll have some extra information on this question. Now the next question. In which session of Congress the demand of Purna Swaraj was accepted as the aim of the Congress? And the answer here is, it's Lahore. So the Purna Swaraj, that is complete self-rule independent of British Empire, was promulgated by the Indian National Congress on 19th December of 1929 in its Lahore session, and the flag of India was hosted by Jawaharlal Nehru on 31st December of 1929 on the bank of Ravi River in Lahore, and that is the modern day of Pakistan. And a month later, on January 26th of 1930, a pledge of Indian independence, also known as Declaration of Independence, was taken. While the Pune Swaraj resolution was drafted by Jawaharlal Nehru, the Declaration of Indian Independence pledge was drafted by Mahatma Gandhi in 1930, and it echoed the essence of American Declaration of Independence. After this, the pledge of January 26, 1930 was declared as an Independence Day by an Indian national. Now the next question here. The Moti Masjid inside the Red Fort complex in Delhi was built by the Mughal Emperor Dash. And the answer here is, it was built by Aurangzeb. So the Moti Masjid is a white marble mosque inside the Red Fort complex in Delhi of India, located to the west of the Hammam and close to the Diwane Khas. It was built by the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb from 1659 to 1660 for his second wife Nawab Bai, and the mosque was constructed at a cost of 1,60,000 rupees. Now the next question. Day on which neither North Pole nor South Pole is leaned towards the sun is called dash, and it is called fall equinox. So on September 22nd or 23rd, called the autumnal equinox, in the northern hemisphere, neither pole is tilted towards or away from the sun. When the North Pole is tilted towards the sun, it is called solstice, and it occurs when the Earth's axis is pointed directly towards our sun, and this happens twice in a year during North's orbit. Near June 21st, the North Pole is tilted around 23.5 degrees towards our sun, and the northern hemisphere experiences summer solstice, and the longest day for the northern hemisphere of the year. And the second solstice occur on December 21st or 22nd, when the North Pole is tilted 23.5 degrees away from our sun and the South Pole is inclined towards it, and this is the shortest day of the year in the northern hemisphere, that is northern hemisphere winter solstice. Right? Now the next question. Which Governor General of India started the Postal Service in India? So what is the answer? I hope all of you know. The answer is, it's Lord Warren Hastings. So Lord Warren Hastings, Governor General of British India from 1773 to 1784, opened the post to the public in March 1774. Prior to this, the main purpose of the postal system had been to serve the commercial interest of the East India Company, and serving economical and political needs of the ruling authority remained a driving force in the development of the postal service. Now the next question. During hibernation state, frog respires by which of the following? So what's the answer? It's only through skins. So hibernation is a deep sleep that helps them to save energy and survive the winter without eating much, and during hibernation the animal's body temperature drops and its heartbeat and its breathing slow down, that is, does not use much energy. So frog uses its skin to respire during hibernation states. Now the next question. The Rigvedic Aryans were postural people which borne out by the fact that. Just read out the option and what is the answer? The answer here is, it's all of the above. So Rigveda Aryans, they were the many reference to the cow in the Rigveda, and most of the wars were fought for the sake of cows, and gifts made to priests were usually cows and mowed and never the land, right? So we can say the Rigvedic Aryans were a pastoral cow in the Rigveda. There are 176 references in the Rigveda about the cows. So cow was known as the perfect wealth. Gifts made to priests were usually cows, and men never land. They used land for the cultivation, to leveling the field, seeds, implementation, but land was not their own property. Right? So here is the next question. What is the center of Roman business during Sangam age? And the answer here is, it's Arikamandu. So in today's days, Arikamandu is known as Pondicherry. So Arikamendu was a well-known center of business where the products of different countries were collected and thereafter sent to Rome. While digging in Arikamendu, it's a piece of Roman island of jewels and balls of glasses utensils were found. Therefore, it is clear that Pondicherry was the center. Now the next question. The division of power and independence of judiciary are two important features of dash. These are the two important features of what? It's a federal character of government. So the Constitution of India establishes a federal system of government and it contains all the usual features of federation, namely two government, it's a division of powers, written constitution, supremacy of constitution, independent judiciary and bicameralization. So Article 1 says that India is a union of states, which implies two things. First, Indian Federation is not the result of an agreement by states, and second, that no state has rights to sedate the form of federation. Right? Now the next question. Which one of the following historian creation is related to classical Sanskrit literature? And the answer here is it's Meghadutam. So Meghadutam by Kalidas is related to the classical Sanskrit literature and the other texts are given over here and this age is considered as Gupta age. So this was happened in the Gupta age, right? Now the next question here. Who among the following is the author of the book Summer Requiem, a book of poems? And the answer here is it's Vikram Seth. So the book Summer Requiem, a book of poem has been written by Vikram Seth. It traces the immutable shifting of the seasons, the relentless rhymes of a great world that both gifts and harms. And if you look at the other option, the first option is given Rohinton Mistry. He has authored a book named Such a Long Journey, whereas Salman Rushdie has authored a book The Golden House and Amitav Ghosh has authored a book River of Smoke. Now the next question. The mercury oxide originally exists in which of the following colors? So what is the answer? It's orange and red. So mercury oxide, also called the mercuric oxide or simply mercury oxide, has a formula HCO and it has a red and orange color. And mercury oxide is a solid at room temperature pressure and the mineral form of monotrite is very rarely found. And if we can have a discussion on other compounds and its color. When zinc oxide is color white and lead dioxide is color chocolate brown, and in that case silver oxide color grayish black and calcium carbonate color white. Now the next question. Who among the following is regarded as the inventor of electric motor? So what's the answer? It's Nikola Tesla. So Nikola Tesla invented the first alternating current commuter-less induction motors. A working motor model was demonstrated by him in the year 1887. This is an electric motor with an electrical machine that converts electrical energy to mechanical energy. And Michael Faraday discovered the principle underlying the electromagnetic induction, diamagnetism and electrolysis. Now the next question. Dash are highly magnetized rotating neutron stars that emit a beam of electromagnetic radiation. What's the answer? These are pulsars. So pulsars being a family of objects called neutron stars that form when a star more massive than the sun runs out of fuel in its core and collapses in on itself. And this stellar death typically creates a massive explosion called supernova. They are highly magnetized rotating neutron stars that emit a beam of electromagnetic radiation. Now the next question. Which of the following membrane-bound organelle has a covering known as tonoplast? So what's the answer? It's vacuoles. So vacuole is a membrane-bound organelle which is present in all plant and fungal cells and some protist, animal and bacterial cells. Vacuoles are essentially enclosed compartments which are filled with water containing inorganic and organic molecules, including enzymes in solution. They basically contain covering membrane known as tonoplast. Now the next question, just try to answer. How many times Indian president have used an absolute veto power? So what's the answer? It's just 2 times. So an absolute veto has been used only twice, once by the President Rajendra Prasad in 1954 and again by President Ramaswamy Venkataraman in 1991. So what is this absolute veto power? It refers to the power of the President to withhold his assent to pass a bill by the Parliament, and the bill then ends and does not become an act. And in 1954, the Patiala and Eastern Punjab States Union was under President's rule, and so the Parliament passed a money appropriate bill on behalf of the state legislature. But by that time, the bill reached the President Rajendra Prasad, and the President's rule in the state had been revoked. Since the bill was about a subject mentioned under the state list, the President rightfully rejected its using absolute veto. And in 1991 again, the salary allowances and pensions of members of Parliament amendment bill was passed by Parliament on the last day before the dissolution of the Lok Sabha without seeking prior recommendation by the President. So when the bill reached President R. Venkataraman, he invariably rejected it using absolute veto power. Right? Now the next question. The act of summoning a joint sitting of both houses of Parliament, which is headed by the Speaker of Lok Sabha, comes under the power of President of India. So this comes under the which power? It comes under legislative power. So let's go through this explanation part. President is not a member of either House of Parliament, but he is an integral part of the legislative process. He plays an important role in making of laws. So legislative powers of President are given here. Just keep on reading these things. President can summoning the House, can addressing the House, and can send the message, can nominate, then can give the accent to the bill, and can ordinance and can regulate the union territories. Right? So we'll move to the next question. The chemical name of vitamin B7 is dash. So what's the chemical name of vitamin B7? It's biotin. So biotin is a chemical name of vitamin B7. It is a water-soluble vitamin called as B7 and formerly known as vitamin H or coenzyme R. It is composed of uretio ring fused with tetrahydrothiophene ring. So deficiency of biotin can be caused by inadequate dietary intake or inheritance of one or more inborn genetic disorder that affect biotin metabolism. So subclinical deficiency can cause mild symptoms such as hair thinning, skin rash typically on faces, dermatitis, enteritis and anemic are also caused for this. And the raw egg yolk, liver, peanuts and vegetables are rich source of vitamin B7. Now the next question. The yellow and orange color of fruits and flowers are mainly due to dash. So what's the answer here? This color is mainly due to chromoplast. So chlorophylls provide green color to plant leaves and stems, and flower colors of red, pink, blue and purple come mainly from the pigments called anthocyanin, which are in the class of chemicals called flavonoids. So flavonoids provide purple color to the fruits and flowers, orange color due to the carotenoid pigment, and red color is due to the combination of orange carotenoids with the magenta flavonoids, and blue to red color are due to anthocyanins. So the other pigments are carotenoids found in tomatoes, carrots that provide yellow, red and orange in the plastids. So chromoplast or chloroplast are the color giving plastids. So chromoplast are mainly yellow and orange colored. Now the next question. Gelatin is used as ingredient in the manufacturing of ice cream. This is due to dash. So why gelatin is used in the manufacturing of ice? To stabilize the colloid and prevent the crystal formation. Right? So substances containing gelatin or functioning in a similar way are called gelatinous. So gelatin is an irreversible hydrolyzed form of collagen. It is often used as an ingredient in the manufacture of ice cream to stabilize the colloid and prevent crystal growth and works as protective colloid. Now the next question. During hydration, the substance that is usually lost by the human body is dash. So apart from water content, what human lost during hydration? The answer here is it's sodium chloride. So dehydration may be caused by the restricted water intake, excessive water loss or both. And the most common cause of dehydration is failure to drink liquids. And the deprivation of water is far more serious than the deprivation of food. We know everyone. And dehydration, that is loss of water from the body, is almost invariably associated with some loss of salt that is called sodium chloride. And the treatment of any form of dehydration requires not only the replacement of the water lost from the body but also the restoration of the normal concentration of salt within the body fluids. So the answer here is sodium chloride. Now the next question. In which of the following styles of dance the story or the theme is always taken from Mahabharata and Ramayana? And the answer here is it's Bharatnatyam. So Bharatnatyam is a dance form in which the themes are taken from Ramayana and Mahabharata. It was originated in Tamil Nadu and the term Bharatnatyam is mixture of two words. One is Bharat and the second one is Natyam. And again, if you split the Bharat, it's a Bharata. The Bha stands for Bhava, means feelings or emotions, whereas Ra stands for Raga, means melody. That is the framework for musical notes. And Ta stands for Tala, that is means rhythm, right? And whereas Natyam stands for Sanskrit word meaning is dance. So Bharatnatyam is a combination of Bharat and Natyam. And with this question, we have come to the end of this session. We completed today's session. We'll come up with another set of questions on Monday on same timing. We'll meet on Monday. Till then, keep practicing, keep reading and stay tuned. Thank you.